YouTube, or Twitch. All right.
Your mic on?
My mic's on, yeah. Yeah, you'll check your, let me see. Oh, he ain't on. There we go.
All right, now they turn my mic on.
And then that's a stream.
Test. All right, let's see.
See what it sounds like.
So we're going to cover a lot of stuff today. You know, of course, we're going to talk about that freaky frog. We're going to talk about that freaky frog and the difference between immoral and illegal. So it's a lot of stuff we're going to cover with that.
Shit.
We'll talk about some hoop, talk about the playoffs, talk about the great luck that came to the Dallas Mavericks. It's a lot of stuff that we are going to cover today. Again, this is What I Think with Seeznin. We will be going live on our live stream here very shortly. Oh, we live now.
We live.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? What up, y'all? This is What I Think with Seeznin here at the GMP Podcast Studios. I am your host, Seeznin. I'm rocking with the Thorn City Podcast guy. Again, we are air every Thursday, 7 p.m., 1 hour live stream. And if you want to know what I Think with Seeznin is, it's just that. It's what I think about what's happening in the media, entertainment, in the world, in the city, in sports. And we just spend the opportunity to spend some time here talking about it every Thursday, 7 p.m. This is our 8th episode. Episode 8. Man. We've been here.
So we talked about Thorn City Podcast guy. We in the building here.
Yep.
2406 East Burnside Street. Y'all know where we at. Come holler at me. Things is cooking and things are going to change.
Is it cooking with good grease?
It's cooking with, I don't know what the grease is, but it's cooking.
Okay, we got to cook it with good grease, man. Let's get some good grease.
But yeah, we was talking about doing something for episode 10.
Yes.
What about a guest? A call-in or something.
We might have figured that out. Let's flow some ideas. We need to talk during the week so we can figure it out.
Throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to do something for episode 10 for sure.
Yeah. And then...
Because folks is listening, if you guys know that most podcasts do not make it to the 10th episode.
They don't make it.
So we are 2 weeks away from podcast 10. This is podcast 8. So we will have something special. I'm with that. With the guests.
We'll figure
I might see
out
what B-Wall doing. If you want to come.
Yeah, that's my guy. Something else, since I got my girl Caroline, shout out to Caroline. She's working behind the scenes.
Okay.
Start getting the topics to me and the guests. I mean, we don't have to have all of them, but some of them, so we can start promoting the show before.
Also, we're going to come with topics.
I'm just saying, like, we're going to know something I'm going to ask you about is the tournament y'all just had.
Okay.
Y'all just won. That already happened, so that's something I could have been promoting already as a topic coming up on the show.
I'm with it.
Just some of those. And then if we could get the spotlight person, and I'll put together a little
Oh, we giving them motherfuckers some promotion
together. Yeah,
I'm with it.
And be able to drop it in. So yeah, just something like that.
Dasani.
Sonny.
This is our black business spotlight for the week.
Are they black?
Not at all. Sound like this. I know a girl named Dasani. She black. So that might be the thing.
Man, Mother's Day just passed, so Mom's been watching the show.
Yes, my mom has.
No, my mom.
Your mom watching the show? Okay. What
So
mom think? What does mom think?
He is so funny.
Oh! Damn, man. Tell mom. First of all, I ain't seen moms in 29 years. Baby.
Yeah, she said,
I ain't seen that many times.
I've seen him somewhere.
Yeah,
Where did I
no.
see him at?
Yes. Tell mom, thank you. I'm really excited.
She think it was the good in the hood.
Yes.
She said, so is the good in the hood coming back?
The good in the hood will be here.
Good in the hood coming back.
Good in the hood will be this summer, June 27th, 28th, and 29th at King. I unfortunately will not be hosting it this year because I will be gone for nationals with our basketball team. But
Nationals, huh?
yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, man.
Yeah.
But Marsha Jones and Tim Phillips are hosting it this year, I believe.
Okay, I know Tim.
I'll be back next year, so it'll be back in good hands, man. Y'all get through this year if y'all can, man. I'm joking. They're gonna do their thing. But yes, it is.
So off the top, where do we start at?
Man, we're going to start with. As I told you guys last week, we were headed to the West Finals.
There we go.
The West Finals for the Adidas Junior 3 SSB tournament. Mike James Elite went down there. I told you guys before, we had played in So how it works with the Junior 3 SSB, they break it down into regions. There's the West, Southwest, Southeast, Northeast, and Midwest, I believe.
Damn, how many regions they got?
Yeah, I believe that's the region. I think they have 5. So what? West, Southwest, Southeast, Northeast, Midwest. Yeah. So there's 5 regions. They do sessions in each region. Since we are on the West Coast, we play in the West sessions. They had 5 West sessions and a regional finals. We played in 4 of the sessions. Well, leading up to that, we had played in 3. We played in Vegas, Oakland, and Phoenix. We had won all 3 of those. And so we had came to, this was our final stop on the West Coast. It was the West Regional Finals down in Anaheim. We went out there this weekend and put foot to gas, belt to ass.
That's what it looked like. Hold on, I got a question.
Yes.
Are you guys that good or are they that weak?
We're that good.
Because it looked
I think that what happens is,
who are they playing?
again, we're playing.
But they could be that
these
good.
These kids that we play are the best kids from their areas.
Yeah.
You know, and so we just have a very talented group. Some of these, you know, I think that I'm excited, you know, that we'll get opportunity to go to nationals, but we really represent ourselves very well on the West Coast. We are 30-1 against West Coast teams. Our only 3 losses were to teams from the East Coast. And so that's exciting for us leading up into nationals. So we went down there. We went 5-0. We won the Adidas Junior 3 SSB West Regional Finals by combined 184 points, bro.
I was going to say, it looked like a whole bunch of points. So let me ask you
We
this.
beat ass.
You did. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Whooping up on motherfuckers like that, so y'all just blowing people out. Do you think that's going to hurt come a close game? You ain't used to playing close games, just used to blowing everybody out?
We've played close games. And so,
You know, execution's different.
Yeah.
You got to execute.
I think what I really, honestly, so we'll be playing next weekend here in the Memorial Day, Hoop Source Memorial Day tournament.
Okay.
And we'll be playing in 16U. Yeah. So that'll be an opportunity for us to get pushed and get challenged. But we're 8th graders.
Yeah.
We're playing other 8th graders.
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like when we play
like.
8th graders. You know? And so I think we have 6 weeks. We have 8 practices between now and nationals. And so myself, Coach Lee, Coach Whitney, actually had a phone conversation today. If we execute in the half court, if we box out, and if we defend, we'll beat anybody in America.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Lee, man.
Mike Lee is
he
really,
look like you doing his thing.
He's amazing. I think that what we haven't had the opportunity to really talk about is these kids being able to be coached by Mike Lee. Mike Lee's basketball resume as a player, and then his resume as a coach and a front office individual is something that kids would not, you know, you're not getting this level of coaching on the AAU level.
Yeah.
And so for them to be able to be coached by him, the knowledge that he brings, the organization that he brings, man, we're really good.
Really good.
We're really good. And so
I seen that when I
told the
reffed
kids,
them in that one game. That was their first game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that too. I
so
said,
like
they
when
can be good.
Like when I told the, that was back in October.
Yeah.
So like I told the kids, it's cool because tonight we're going to have our a parent meeting when I leave here. And, you know, at the beginning of the year, we talked about if the kids lock in, pay attention, believe, play hard, play smart, play fast, play together, we would be here.
Yeah.
At the end of the year with opportunity to compete for a national championship. We'll go into the nationals, man, as one of the top ranked teams going into that. So it's a real possibility that we can win a national championship.
Got action.
For a
That's all
kid,
you can ask for is
kids
action.
from Portland, and our team is Portland. We're not.
Has any Portland teams ever won a chip
I
on this level?
I believe Rose City Rebels.
They got one?
Yeah, their 8th grade year with Jalen Atkins and Isaac and all them. I think they won the Peach Jam, or they won a division of the Peach Jam. Yeah,
That's a division. That ain't.
Yeah, we'll
that
be
ain't
one of the few teams that
the natty.
from here that can win a national
Yeah.
championship. So I'm really excited about that. So big shout out to Let's go through it. Abraham, Jordan, Kendall, Ryder, Fresh, Garrett, Ty, Judd, Jamel, Keese, and Landon. Those are our guys. That's the Mike James Elite 14U squad. Much love to them, man.
Shout out to the young fellas, man.
Yeah.
Y'all putting in the work, man. The
Yeah,
results is coming.
Yeah, so we went.
I can't wait to see y'all on the high school stage.
Man, I can't wait either, man. So we put.
Because that's just different. It's just nice to see.
Yeah, it's gonna
you
be
come back
beautiful.
to your home turf and play with your partners that you go to school with, and it's just different.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting, man.
There's nothing like it.
Foot to gas, belt to ass. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
We went down there.
You put the foot to gas to get there.
Yeah, that was, and I think the good thing that I like is when we're playing at that level, everybody asks where we're from. Mm-hmm. And then we get to
Who's
say
you
Portland.
motherfuckers?
Yeah, and we get to say Portland. They say, oh. And they're not used to seeing that from here. And if anybody knows anything about Portland, Portland's a basketball city.
Yeah.
We just haven't had a lot of opportunities where all the best kids in a grade level play together.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to try to do. Like I said from the beginning, this is our one team that we're going to stick with for the next 4 years.
Next
We're
4
not
years,
adding-
y'all just gonna raise up.
Yeah, we're not adding no teams.
Y'all ain't
We're
doing
not
eighth
gonna-
grade over next year? Y'all going to the...
Nope, we're going to be with this one group, this one
that's
age
tight.
group, all the way through.
That was
When
gonna
they're
be my
done with
next
their 4
question.
years, we'll
Yeah.
reevaluate where we're at then. The good thing about when they're done with their 4 years and they're graduated, my son will be going to 6th grade.
Yeah.
Right? And so we might start over and rock in with that group. But we want to make sure that everything that we're putting, all of our finances, resources, time, into the class of 2020, 2029.
That's dope.
Yep.
So yeah, man, that'll be tight, bro. I didn't know that's how y'all was going. That was
Yeah.
gonna be my next question, was how was y'all gonna re-up next year? But
Yeah,
it sounds
so
like y'all
we're gonna re-up.
Y'all
So
already
the
upped.
thing, like we told them at the beginning of the year, this will be our age group, and if they, come back in the spring and worked on their game and competed and beat out these other kids, this will be our same team. But if they can't, somebody
So
else
y'all
is
gonna give some action to
Yeah,
some other
try-
kids
we try
to
every
knock
year.
some kids down.
Trials every year.
Oh, they gotta reach. Oh,
Yeah, trials every year.
New year, huh?
Hey, new year. There's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing
Yeah,
guaranteed
nothing's
here.
guaranteed, nothing given.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Gotta earn
Nothing's
it.
given. And I believe that competition has gotten taken away from sports. I think kids need to compete. I think kids need to understand the importance of competition. They need to understand the sooner that you can learn to lose and compete, the better off you'll be in life, because that's a real thing. So
That's real life.
end of the summer, we're going to do a tryout at the end of the summer. We'll keep a certain number of kids. We'll follow those kids through their high school season. And then in the spring, that number of kids will come back for another tryout. And then that's how we'll come up with our final number for our team that'll travel with us next year.
Got you. So is the season for this league is offset of the high school season?
Yeah, so once they get to high school, we'll only have them in the spring.
Only in the spring.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yep, so. And the reason why we're going to do, usually people don't do their trials until the spring when they get done with high school basketball. But Mike James wants to be a part of the trial process. So we'll do a trial at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
We'll keep, I'll say probably like 24 kids. Do some workout stuff for them September, October. They'll go with their high schools from November to March. Middle of March, we'll bring that 24 back. Have another weekend of tryouts, and then we'll keep, the ones that'll be a part of the program.
So that's dope. So when they go away and they come back, you'll be able to tell who's been working.
Come on, who been working?
Who been working
They'll
when you're here.
And I think the dope part about it is all these kids will have, 8 months.
Yeah.
8 months. They'll physically be different.
Yes.
By next spring. And the reason why we want to have trials every year is because, of course, some of our kids are going to develop, but there's some other kids in this city that,
I need a chance.
need a chance.
Yeah.
And they might have opportunity to develop.
That's dope.
So, yeah, it'll be this one age group. So if anybody's wondering if we're going to start a 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade team, the answer is no.
No.
Not at all.
Absolutely no. Well, shout out to Seeznin, man.
Thank you,
For
brother.
putting it together, man, and making this happen,
We running it, man. We running it.
And
So,
for
yeah,
this-
man.
this is what I
MJE,
think.
baby.
Shout out for this, what I think too, man, because I don't know, since we didn't last spoke, I had a couple other people run up on me like, man,
Yeah.
tell Sam I'm going to run up on y'all on the show on Thursday night. I got something to say.
Well,
Let me
that's
tell you what I think.
That's what we want to do, man. That's what we want to do. So we're making progress. We're making progress.
So yeah, a couple
But yeah, big
people
shout
hit
out
me,
to the
man.
Mike James Elite.
Yeah.
Young boys, parents, families, all that. And especially, man, big shout out to Michael Lee. Michael Lee's been doing his thing, man. Appreciate you. And Josh Whitney, who's our special volunteer assistant. We appreciate you too, bro.
Tight. Man, what you think about the playoffs? Who
Hey,
done went
man.
home? Somebody done went home.
I think-
Ant done moved on.
So Ant got Golden State up out of there. Cleveland was a
Cleveland is
disappointment,
gone.
man.
Yeah.
Disappointment. The
And I
Pacers got
like
him out of there.
old brother too, man.
Yeah, I like Donovan. I like
Donovan.
I think that Rick Carlisle
Coach.
is able to coach
He is a coach.
and get the best out of
He's a
his
coach's
team
coach.
in a series. Tyrese Halliburton was voted the most overrated player in the NBA this
I
year.
never understood that.
I kind of did.
I mean, I get it, but
I
not
think,
underrated. Maybe
I don't
he
think
ain't
he was-
living
I
up
don't
to his
think-
potential.
there you
but
go. I don't
not
think he's
living up- not-
overrated.
Overrated.
I think that him making the Olympic team
Olympic team.
kind of caught some people off guard.
Yeah.
But he shows up and he performs
Moments.
in those moments.
Moments.
And so he has, I haven't seen this since I was out there in Indiana in the early 2000s with that team with Ron and Jermaine and Freddie and, Al Harrington and Jamal Tinsley. So Indiana Pacers is moving.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to see the most random-ass finals in the history of sports. We have Minnesota, Indiana. The Knicks are looking like they're going to beat
The
Boston.
Knicks, what
man.
they said, orange and blue skies, huh?
Yeah, man. Get well soon to Jason Tatum,
Yeah,
man.
that was fucked up.
As soon as he fell, I knew what it was.
Immediately.
Yeah, I tore mine 4
Immediately.
years ago.
Did you?
I tore
Ugh.
mine 4 years. Remember I had the scooter?
Yes, I
When I was
do.
coaching
Oh, that
with
was
the
the
scooter?
Achilles.
Yeah, I tore my
Yep.
Achilles. When I
Do
turned
remember
40,
that.
man, still trying to hoop.
Still trying to hoop. But you
Pop
still trying to
myself.
hoop.
Yeah. But now I don't jump.
Now you don't jump.
I don't jump. I don't
You
run.
grounded.
I'm grounded. I'm a stretch 5. A stretch 5. I go from 3-point line to 3-point line. But yeah, man, I think that it's Jason Tatum getting hurt. I think the Knicks will close that out. I think it's going to go 7 though. I think it'll go
it's gonna
7.
go 7?
I think the Celtics will beat them next game. It's an opportunity for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
For Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown was the MVP of the finals last year. He was the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Yeah.
People often compare him to Jason Tatum, say he's as good, if not better. I think Jason Tatum gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
I think he's really, really good. But people don't like him for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I know he's boring.
Yeah, but
I hate his jump shot.
He kills.
I can't stand his jump
Yeah,
shot. That little hitch. Yeah. that's
Yeah,
ugly.
but he kills. So we'll see if Jaylen Brown can take advantage of this opportunity and lead them.
So yeah, I'm rooting for Ant, man. He's been running through the greats.
I love
He's
Ant,
been running
man.
through the greats.
I love Ant. Ant is a wild nigga. I
Yeah,
think you need to
he
go
don't
see
care.
that. You need to go see that baby.
Yeah,
I think you need to go see that baby.
I think he will eventually.
But as a basketball player, man,
Yeah.
I came in here with Ants, and Naeem talked about how that's what he sees
That's
the
what I
most.
seen on the kids.
He's
this week.
he's by himself changing the pendulum
Yes.
in basketball right now. Adidas has action
They do.
because they have him.
Because they have him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about what they're going to do. I think that OKC is going to get by
You think they're gonna pull it off?
Denver. Yeah.
I don't know. I think they need to win tonight.
Yeah, if they don't win tonight, it's a wrap. Because what is there up 3-2? Or is it 2-2?
This will be 3-2 right now.
3-2?
Yeah. It's a wrap if they win tonight.
They win today. Yeah, if they don't win today, they'll lose in 7.
In 7, yeah.
Because if I needed one person for one game, it's Jokic.
The Joker, yeah.
Joker's gonna win.
Joker's
He'll
different.
win. If you just need somebody for one game. Oh, before we get done talking about the playoffs, I want to give a shout out to my cousin, man. Nico Harrison, man.
That was my next.
We said here.
They cheated.
We said, hey, man, I don't give a fuck if it's rigged. I don't care if it's rigged or not. We sat here and had a
It smell
conversation.
fishy.
Hey, man, it gotta be. Man, the scrutiny that my family have been under for the last few months for trading Luka. If you guys don't know, the Dallas Mavericks had a 1.8% chance of getting the first pick in the draft. and they got the first pick in the draft.
Portland can't never get that lucky.
Portland will never. They ain't got that lucky.
They ain't
We
gonna
got that
cheat for
lucky. We
us.
picked Greg Oden instead of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
That's the last time they
I
said.
wanted the number
they
2
said
that
we're
year.
not doing this for you
I
niggas
wanted,
again.
yeah.
We're not doing this for you niggas again.
I wanted number 2, man. When them
Yeah.
things was bopping, I said, we need number 2, man.
Yeah. So
I knew it was going to happen.
So big shout out to Nico. Like I told you guys before, I hit him afterwards, and I told him that, man, hey, you ain't never did nothing that I seen go bad, man. So I trust the vision, and so he was able to, man, through the, I texted him and asked him, or just told him about it, like, man, you was a bad month. He said, God is good.
God is good. I
So,
heard that. That's how you bounce back.
They'll have an opportunity to pick Cooper Flag.
Cooper, is that who you would pick?
They pick. You got to.
Yeah,
You got to.
I seen him
You
a
got
couple
to.
years on when I was
You
repping,
got to, and even if he doesn't
got to.
pan out, you got to.
You got to.
With the NBA, he's a white American cold basketball player.
Stephen A. Taking
haven't
some slack for talking about him being a white boy and being good.
No,
you got to take him because
the
he's a white
NBA
boy.
needs it.
They need to, yeah.
They need it. The reason why the NBA doesn't have a face right now is because Jokic is Serbian.
Yeah, no Americans.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is Canadian
And don't want it.
and don't want it. Ja got in trouble.
Ja got in trouble.
Luka is Slovenian.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah.
We need it. We need that, and we haven't had one in so long. There hasn't been a white American superstar since Larry Bird.
You know what's crazy?
And so,
A couple years ago, I got to, he was here for the Nike Hoop Summit.
yeah,
And I got the ref to practice.
yeah.
So I'm gonna put something together. I got some unreleased, unseen, no one has Cooper Flag footage from my glasses.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that.
So I'm gonna drop that
like
because it's
that.
exclusive. No one has it.
I like that. And the thing with Cooper Flag, which people don't realize, Cooper Flag's supposed to be a senior in high school.
He is. That's what's crazy.
He was supposed to be a senior in
went up.
high school. He skipped 12th grade to go to college.
That's how you show me you about something. Don't hold your
Yeah.
kid back. Push him up.
He went up. He
Push
went
him
up
up.
a year. His twin brother is a senior in high school right now.
Yeah.
So he went up and
That's
was
crazy.
a National Player of the Year and exceeded the expectations. So I think they have to take him with the first pick.
Yeah, I seen it in him when I
And
got
being
it
able to
before.
put Cooper together with Kyrie when he gets
Yeah.
healthy,
Ooh.
Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I think Cooper played a 3.
He'll fit right in.
Yeah.
Because he know how to play basketball.
I think Cooper's going to be really, really good.
You think he'll be an all-star?
Yeah, he'll be a multi-time All-Star.
So
he'll be an All NBA guy.
superstar?
I don't know.
That's
I think
tough,
he
huh?
has action though. He has
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Because he's 18 years old, bro.
Man, yeah.
He's 18 years old. He's going to do nothing but get better. And
Yeah.
he went and worked out with the USA team last
Yeah.
year, and he
And
was
they
killing
respected him.
They respected him when he was 17.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be impactful. NBA draft combine. Ace Bailey, who is a lot of people's
got to see
second
him,
best
too.
player. Between him
Harper
and
too,
Dylan
right?
Harper.
Yeah, they was all here.
Dylan
for that
Harper's
summit.
Ron
I got
Harper's
footage of
son.
all them youngsters. I'm putting all that out.
They had Ace Bailey at 6'10". He goes to the combine yesterday. He's 6'7".
I was finna say he's not 6'10".
Yeah, they had him at
listed at
6'10".
6'10".
Yeah, he's
Are you
6'7".
kidding me? Damn.
6'7", so
That's crazy.
we'll see what that is. But man,
He's
shout out to
definitely
Dallas
not 6'10".
Mavericks, Nico Harrison, right here from the 503.
The Blazers is for sale.
Blazers
that
are
about?
for sale, man.
Phil said him too old now.
So I think somebody needs to talk to Phil.
He said
Phil
he's too
Knight
old.
is the only person that I would approve of buying the Blazers because anybody else that buys them, they're going
They
to
gonna
take
take
them.
him and move him.
They're
Huh?
not going to be in Portland no more.
Yeah, you see, they out in Kansas City. They pushing. They told Mahomes to go get him and move him out there.
Yeah, they should have. Kansas City is a fucking awful city, too.
But I don't think the Allens. I think they won't sell it to somebody who said they even think might move them.
Yeah, I think the sister's been in charge. She has no interest in any of it.
None of it.
I think that they should have sold it to Phil when
They
Phil
should've.
wanted it.
Yeah.
Phil's 89 now, though.
Is he that old?
Yeah, he's 89, I think. Is he? He's something like that. He old as fuck.
I forget he's like really from out here too.
Yeah. So
Still live out here.
I think Phil, because Phil has the Nike machine behind it, I think the issues that we have with free agency and all that stuff wouldn't be an issue anymore
Yeah.
if it was backed by Phil Knight. So hopefully he changes his mind. But they're for sale.
Man, you ain't got $3 billion to go purchase?
Bro, I thought about it. I started thinking I thought to see if I could crowdfund $3.3 billion, bro. But I think we'll be 3,299,000,000 short. Yeah, I don't think we can pull it off. But I would love that, man. Hopefully, man, some people get it because Portland is a basketball city, and we need the Blazers. Yeah. The Blazers can't go anywhere. I just seen my young fella Dante Thomas on Black Portland earlier today, starting a petition to change the name of the Trailblazers.
What are you gonna change it to?
I don't know.
Really?
He said because the Trailblazers is about Lewis and Clark had slaves, and what were they blazing the trail for? So he started a petition to change the name of the Trailblazers. And so I said, okay. He said he needed my help, and I said, well, I think maybe first we should change the name of Lewis and Clark University.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Trailblazers should be the first thing to go, but he's serious about it, so we'll see what happens.
That's funny.
I'm not as adamant about that, but I understand. And whatever he's trying to do, man, make it happen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's some of the things that's been going on, man, in terms of basketball. Mm-hmm. But let's get to it, though. What's really the bee's knees right now?
What's the bee's knees right now?
The Freaky Frog, man. The Freaky Frog trial began a couple days ago. For those that are not informed, the Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, Rico trial began this week. Yesterday, it was some scintillating testimony from Cassie. Mm-hmm. Cassie Ventura. Cassie Ventura was an entertainer who, at about 19 years old, started dealing with Diddy. Diddy was in his late 30s at the time. Started dealing with him. And in that, they are saying that, he introduced her to a lifestyle that was pretty freaky. They participated in freak golf that consisted of wild sex, drugs, alcohol, and all other kind of freaky situations. So she testified yesterday about some of the stuff that happened. Some of the things that she said were completely out of pocket and at a level of freaky frog. At a level of freaky frog that I never thought we would see. I couldn't even fathom. And so, what the good thing about that is, Naeem, because I believe at some point in life, man, I'm going to reach a level of success at something where I will be, extremely successful financially and in the limelight of some stuff. And I said, man, I thank God that I'm not a nasty nigga, man. So I thought, a couple of little things that I do is a little spicy.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I do not hold a candle to the level of freaky frogness that these people are doing in America, man. She said my nigga likes for the men to put their juices on her. Then she takes said juices and transfer them to his nipples.
Yeah,
there was a lot of urination going on.
I couldn't believe it.
There was there was a lot of baby oil behaviors.
Man.
And so, not to take light of what's happening, I believe personally, and I think that this is where it goes into the difference between immoral and illegal. I think that Puff Daddy definitely should be tried and convicted of domestic violence. I think there's a lot of situations where he showed where he put his hands on that girl, his feet on her, treated her in an abusive way, both verbally and physically. And I think that if this was a trial for that, would be a slam dunk. Mm-hmm. But from what they are presenting and what they're talking about, I don't necessarily know if that falls under the criminality on the felony level yet. Yeah.
We're only on day 2.
He just sounded like a nasty nigga.
Yeah.
That got a hold of a little young girl, used his finances and influence to introduce her to a life that she probably was cool with at the beginning, and then it never stopped.
Yeah.
And in that, I think that's immoral. It's not cool. It shouldn't happen as a nigga, but I don't know where the illegal piece comes into that.
Yeah.
They talk about the trafficking. when they talk about the sex trafficking, I think that the prosecution needs to present a case that shows trafficking. I think that what they showed, even when they brought on the escort, the escort dude, that's propelling prostitution. What else is this shit called? Promoting prostitution. He bought a hoe.
Yeah.
He bought a hooker, a male hooker, female hooker, whatever he did, he bought a hooker.
Yeah.
That's not a federal thing.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to prove that with the trafficking piece, the Mann Act, that he was flying people over state lines with the express purpose just to have sex.
Yeah.
But I think that's also a very slippery slope to go on. If anybody is dated after 2020, that's dating.
Yeah.
That's dating. You're buying plane tickets, you're flying motherfuckers places with the express reason to have some sex.
Or are you flying hookers in?
Some of them might be hookers, you don't know. Shit. I done flew a few females in. Some of the brides might be hookers where they from. I wasn't buying the cat. I tell them, so look, I've reached a level of, there's levels of tricking.
Yeah.
There's levels of tricking, and I know where my level of tricking is. I provide transportation, lodging, and food.
That's it?
I can
That's
do
where you
that.
draw the line?
That's where I draw the line. I'm not ever sending nobody no money. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I can buy a plane ticket, I can get a hotel room, and I can take you to eat.
Yeah. See, for me,
So does that, because I meet, so say, for example, I was just in Cancun. Meet a young lady in Cancun. Me and the young lady, are conversing. And now we start talking in an adult way. We talking about possibly getting physical. And in our text messages, we talking about possibly getting physical. And I say, well, yeah, I want to get physical with you too. How about you look up a flight, let me know, I'll buy your plane ticket, you come out here, we, commiserate our relationship that way, and she goes home and she's upset, can she now say that I'm trafficking her?
No, I don't think it's trafficking her. I think it's the other people that might be in the party. I think trafficking other people into the situation, not necessarily her.
So, okay, so say, for example, we're end of the summer, we do a big party every year. And in that big party, we decide to fly out, 10, 15 girls.
Yeah, you trafficking.
Damn.
Yeah, I think you're trafficking.
That's trafficking?
I believe so. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know 100%.
I thought that's inviting motherfuckers to a party.
Yeah, but if they hookers and this is
But
what they
if
do.
you don't know they hookers?
But he knew.
Okay.
I think he knew.
So I'm not. I'm not.
And that's the stuff you got to prove, though. That's the stuff you got to prove.
I think that the nigga is foul. I think he's super foul. Yeah. I think he needs to be removed from society.
Yeah. Because
he has some freaky frog tendencies. But in terms of, and I've never seen one person on trial for RICO.
Yeah.
That's usually something where it's
but you know what I think that means? I think those other people is gonna hit the stand.
Yeah.
I think they done already copped the deal.
Yeah. And
so they gonna agree to it.
Yeah, so that's where it gets. But I will say, man, the way that he treated that young lady, I think that she got into a situation that was moving way too fast for her. And she got caught up in a lifestyle that at the beginning was exciting. And then over time, as she grew, that's not necessarily what she wanted to do any longer.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the space that he put her in. That's how he viewed her, as the freak off girl. And she wanted to evolve from that.
More.
Wanted to be more. And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
They said that her husband stormed out of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Well, nigga.
What are you doing there?
What are you doing there? You knew that she was going to get up there and talk about the wild shit that she liked to do. She talked about how she liked to get urinated on.
Yeah, that's the same thing. His kids and his mama in there, too. I'm like, oh, man, that's
tough.
tough.
She liked to get urinated on. And so hearing that your wife the pregnant wife
Man.
likes to get the little pee-pee drip dropped on her.
I can't be.
That could suck. But you knew.
Yeah.
You guys should have probably had a conversation
Yeah.
about that before that.
Yep. Steve-O said the reason for flying in men has to be for illegal sex services for it to be trafficking.
Illegal sex services.
Legal sex services.
So
Prostitution
what is
illegal.
illegal sex service?
Prostitution
So
is,
I mean,
is
like, I'm going to
illegal.
fly you here and pay for you
Yeah,
to have sex.
to have sex,
But if I just fly you here to have sex,
To have sex, yeah.
that's cool.
That's like something you do.
I fly,
So that's-
I fly
so you
women,
cool.
I fly
Yeah,
women
you
in
cool.
to have
You
sexual
cool.
relations.
Yeah.
For sure, but I don't fly men to give them money for
I'm not
sex.
paying you to come here for
Oh,
sex
okay.
specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not illegal.
So if they got a bag, that's a problem.
If you're a prostitute.
But what if you're not a prostitute but just getting some money? But do you become a prostitute because you accept money? Or
Well,
is there like a prostitute?
I guess there's
Do
levels of
they
prostitution.
do W-2s and shit? Like you have this listed as your occupation that you're a prostitute?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you a licensed sex worker?
Yeah.
Or are you just somebody that now you came out here to get bong bongs and they give you $1,000 on the way out?
On the way out. Yeah, I think that's a little different.
Yeah. So again, you guys, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the legalities of a lot of stuff. But for me, the first 2 days of this, it's sounding like the Freaky Frog was a hella abusive. And
Yeah.
he needs, and that they would have, that's what kind of should have been pursued.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're just laying some stuff down. I think some of this stuff they wanted to get out so the defense don't get it out. So it's already out. But like I said, it's only day 2. It's supposed to be like an 8-week trial. So
Shit.
we got a lot more to come out.
Why do they, so this is my question. Why do celebrities' trials be so fucking long? The little dude, YNW Melly been in jail for 1 billion years. He been in jail for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And his trial's not over. Young Thug shit was for like 1.5 years every week. Like, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's always, you never know with that court shit.
Sean P. Diddy Combs is a nasty nigga.
Yeah, he ain't cool.
He's a nasty nigga. He's a freaky frog. He's not secure with what he is as a man. He likes dudes. And if you like dudes, it's cool to like dudes. But, yeah, if that's what you do, he likes dudes.
Yeah, to each his own. Just leave me alone.
And that's cool. Like,
Yeah,
it's
just leave me
nothing.
alone.
I have nothing against niggas that like niggas.
Each his own. Just leave
If
me
you
alone.
like niggas. But do not portray and put out into the universe that that's not what you own. And you don't have to share that. Like, if that's what you're doing, you don't got to tell nobody.
Yeah.
But he wants man milk rubbed on his nipples, people.
Yeah.
And not his man milk.
I ain't never even heard of that.
He wants random. I don't know if it's like we put glue on your hair.
Yeah. You stupid.
We used to put the elbows on your head and then peel it off.
Peel it off.
It might give him a euphoric sensation, bro, when he pulls the seaman off his Nepalians, man.
Man,
He's
yeah,
a
he did
nasty
that
nigga,
young
man.
girl wrong, man, and she was still a teenager when he got a hold of her.
And so this goes back to what we talked about a few weeks ago with Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I think that grown men who are in their 50s, who deal with teenagers, grown men in their 40s that deal with teenagers, grown men in their 30s that deal with teenagers, man. There's a special place for those freaky frog type niggas, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we get back into this thing we were talking about earlier, what's the difference between something being immoral and something being illegal. It's nothing illegal. You could be 95 and get you an 18-year-old. It's not against the law.
Yeah, 19, you still a teenager.
But morally, is it cool for I'm 43. Would it be cool for me to date an 18? Nigga, no.
No. Yeah.
No.
No.
I done dealt with some girls in their late 20s and they are damn dingbats.
Yeah.
Jeez, Louise. I done dealt with some girls in their late 20s to 28, 29, 27, and they are dingbats. And they are at a level of stressful foolishness
Man.
that I just couldn't even. And then when it becomes something more than that, or you really try, you guys don't even fucking relate to the same stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you talking
Like,
about?
I grew up, nigga, drinking out of the water, you know what I'm saying, water hoses. And no cell phones and, you know, getting girls' phone numbers at the Lloyd Center and calling the house.
Had to write it down.
And if her daddy answered, you hung up.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when the caller ID came out. I remember my mama playing music and then making a voice message for our voicemail.
Yeah.
When that first came out, when there was recordings, when it was a machine, an answering machine.
Yeah.
I remember that stuff. I remember when we wanted to go kick it, you went and you saw where the bikes were. And that's where you knew where niggas was.
That's where niggas was at, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So dealing with the girl in her late 20s, the ability to relate on that level is something. And then once the euphoria of the sexual relation stuff wears off, now y'all are in two different planets or in two different spaces of life. And what I will say about the young girls, everything is sitting where it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them nanas are still right there. Everything is where it's supposed to. But who am I to be out going searching for somebody whose parts is where they need to be when mine ain't?
Yeah. Yeah.
My stomach is over my belt line. My chest are breasts. You know what I'm saying?
It sucks getting old.
It sucks getting old, man. And I'm not going to do the things necessary to get my body back to where it was.
I'm going to try.
I'm not.
I'm going to try.
I ain't going to do nothing but get bigger and better. That's it. But yeah, man, I just think we have to talk about what's the difference between, what's immoral and what's illegal. And I think that the way that Diddy put his hands on that girl and all that shit is super illegal. They need to lock his ass up for that. And I think that once you're overly freaky, you gotta not be around society a little bit, I think. I think it should be a special space
sex demons
for them, because it's just, I just thought about, I was thinking about myself. Like, man, put my thumb in somebody behind before, you know what I'm saying? I think New Year's 2010, I might have ate some booty, I don't know what I'm saying? But doing that all the time?
all the time.
And watching people do it to your folks and
I don't
being part of group sex, like,
watch.
we was teenagers when they was trying to G somebody. I'm not trying to G nobody at this point in my life.
Man.
So, yeah, them people got issues. That's bigger than what they talk about.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine to myself, though. That ain't for y'all.
You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You can do whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Just keep it personal. Personal is supposed to be personal.
But they said, man, that they got tapes and they be recording each other.
He was recording.
Yeah.
That was him.
That's when it gets to like, what are you doing now?
So he could blackmail her.
Everybody, though. They say he got tapes of everybody.
Everybody. Oh, yeah.
The niggas been at the party. And once you get in the party and shit gets to flowing and now it's some drugs and it's some ecstasy.
And see, that's the other thing that ain't cool. He got her hooked on drugs and all that shit. See, that's all that should be illegal, too.
Yeah. But is it?
I was gonna say, I don't know if it is, but
it's immoral.
It's definitely immoral.
It's immoral, but is it illegal?
Well, drugs are illegal.
Drugs are illegal, but could I be so if I got you hooked on drugs, should I go to jail for getting you hooked on drugs?
I don't think so.
There we go.
No, I don't think so.
So what we're saying is he 100% got that girl on drugs, but should he go to jail for getting on drugs?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what the man in the charges.
Yeah.
So we got to let it play out and see if they gonna
play out how it play out.
Prove what they done suggested happened. But if it ended today, no, they haven't proved it.
Nah.
Not what they charged him with.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not at all. But he's a nasty nigga. So listen, for anybody that's listening that likes to participate in Puff Daddy type activities, stop.
Stop.
I'm not telling you because that I think it's wrong. I'm telling you to stop because it's going to end bad. Nobody wants to continuously do this nasty shit that you're doing. Now, if you find you a nasty village, and your nasty village likes to partake in these type of behaviors, you guys find your own thing, insulated, and do that stuff with each other. Do not bring that to the masses. Do not try to go recruit random people to come participate in your booty pleasures because it can end really bad.
And don't record it.
And don't record it. You know what I hate to see, right? When you're having a good time and shit is popping and people immediately pull their phones out. Like, I done been at bachelor parties. And, there's a time of the night, man, when the sex workers, is that illegal?
What? Bachelor party?
Bachelor parties. Can we go to jail for bachelor parties?
No. They're just, are you, well,
We're paying them to come do some freaky stuff.
are you paying for sex?
No.
Then no.
Okay, but
No.
paying for
They're exotic dancers.
exotic dancing
Yeah,
is different.
dancing. Yeah, they're
That once
dancing
they,
is legal.
if they transfer into
Prostitution. Yeah.
that's when it becomes.
Yeah, that's when it becomes
Okay.
prostitution. Prostitution has been around forever, but I don't know it's ever been legal.
I went to a Two Life Cruise show when I was a senior in high school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I went to Two Life Cruise show at Bourbades in 1998.
I didn't know they came here.
Yeah, I went to 1998 to Bourbades with my dude Shamir at the time. African, he was an African artist. I went with him, and I see some things happen in that show.
That
bro,
show, yeah,
that
it was probably illegal.
That no 17-year-old on earth
Should see it.
should have been subjected to. That it made me go back to school and look at the girls I was going to school with. Like, what, you guys don't even know what y'all doing.
Yeah.
And so that leads into young people should not be exposed to certain things.
Yeah.
Because it jades or it changes your views on normal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you be young and you start watching porn early,
Yeah.
it messes up
Yeah.
what you think how things are supposed
Things
to go.
are supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that the problem with Puff Daddy, another problem with I think he should have been on trial for, is he exposed a lot of children to things that they should not have been around. There's stuff that Usher talks about.
Yep.
That he exposed. Bieber, he just, he was ransacking Bieber, man.
Damn, that's fucked up.
And they haven't recovered.
Nope.
And he needs to go to
Never
jail
will.
for that. That's what I think he needs to go to jail for. Throwing horny sex parties.
They don't have proof of that. Well, there might be some tapes in there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
is this gonna all be in your book?
yeah, we're gonna talk about the Two Life Crew show because I went back to school with I got pink eye from that.
You got pick up on that.
I got
You
pink eye
caught
for-
something in there.
Yeah, I got pink eye for the Two Life Crew show from what her
You
name?
had no
Her name was Dirty Red. I was too close to the
no
stage.
business in there.
I was too close to the stage, man. And I think some whipped cream out her booty got in my eye, bro. I went to the school. This is not even a joke. I'm so serious. I went to the school the next day. I obliterated. And Coach Griffin in my gym class, I was a TA. He asked me what happened. I told him. He told me I got booty juice. So that'll definitely be in the book, man.
So yeah, that somebody said you need to write a book. I agree with them.
Yeah, man,
I
La Lou
definitely
said
agree.
that, man. I've lived a hell of a life. And it's been some really cool stuff that I've been a part of.
So I'm gonna tell you how we get started on
How do we
doing
get
it.
started?
Start doing some audio recordings. Just record. Just tell stories on your audio recording. And then stick that shit into a transcription service.
I don't even know what that is.
I do.
Okay. So I do the audio.
So it takes your audio and types it out for you,
Then
basically.
I send, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you can take that shit and stick it into ChatGPT and tell it, get my book started for me.
ChatGPT is fucking awesome.
It is the best assistant
Awesome,
ever
man.
created.
So if I was in school right now, I would have a 4.9.
Yeah, I was just thinking
The
about
ChatGPT would do everything, bro.
everything.
Everything. And I put a little twist on it to make it look like it was me.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I gave some kids an Uber ride earlier, and I was thinking, like, school has to be so different these days.
With a phone?
With a phone.
Nigga, we had to go
computer.
get fucking Texas Instrument fucking calculators.
Man, what is
You
it,
know what I'm saying?
TI-81?
TI-81, bro. Now, nigga, you
motherfuckers
doing
wasn't
that
cheap
shit on
either.
you. Nigga, no, that's $140.
That's crazy.
And we didn't nigga meet, we shared Josh's.
Gotta go to the library.
We
and look
shared
some shit
Josh
up.
Whitney's calculator because he got one. We did all our work off of his. But no, man. Oh, before we get out of here, I want to send my condolences out to the Bynum family. Last week, my guy, Fast Eddie, passed away.
Legend.
A legend. So my relationship with Eddie was a very, very unique one. Eddie was one of the first people that, believed in me and my ability to bring people together, my ability, my talents and all of that stuff, man. And he took some time to tutor and invest in me And for that stuff, man, I would forever be grateful. He was there at a time when I needed some things, and he was, you know, a very, very important piece of my life and a mentor. And so to Mikey Vegas, all the sisters and brothers, their kids, family, all that, man, I just want to say rest in peace to my guy, Fast Eddie. Rest in peace to my guy, Fast Eddie. I had an opportunity today, because I won't be here tomorrow. I'm leaving later tonight to go to Tampa. His funeral's tomorrow, so I wasn't going to be able to be at the funeral, but I was have an opportunity to go see him, go by his viewing today. And so to my guy, Eddie Bynum Sr., Fast Eddie, much love. Condolences to the family, man, and rest well, my G.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Thing, man.
Yeah,
My condolences
that's my
to the
dude.
family.
That's my
Yep.
dude. And so, he was a very successful businessman in our community, and put a lot of people in position to be successful in business, invested in a lot of stuff. And so, for our Black Business Spotlight today, I want to spotlight Classic Men PDX Barbershop. Classic Men PDX Barbershop is a barbershop that was founded by my guy, Franklin Watley, a.k.a. Paco. Paco's been my barber for the past 16, 17 years. Worked with TB's. He started off at TB's. Then he expanded out on his own.
Where's he at?
He's on Canyon Road, so damn near right by Beaverton. Out by where, at the end of Canyon Road, where you get to 217, where all those car lots are.
Yep.
He's right there in the same parking lot as that Kohl's.
Okay.
I do not have the address, but Classic Men PDX, that is our Black Business Spotlight for the week. I was there earlier today, man. He got me right, man. Got me lined up. Big shout out to Paco, Terrence, Zay, Mono, Max, all of the barbers that's in there. Much love. Classic Men PDX.
11135 Southwest Canyon Road.
There you
Beaverton,
go.
Oregon.
11135 Southwest Canyon Road, Beaverton, Oregon. It is a drive.
Yes.
It's a drive.
503-381-2136. Go get your appointment booked.
Yes, it is. It's worth it. It's worth the drive. It's fantastic. The space is beautiful. You can go in there and have a cocktail. You know, he's the only person that's ever cut my son's hair. My son likes going to the barbershop. And so, man, big shout out Classic Men PDX.
Right.
The What I Think Was Seeznin Black Business Spotlight of the Week. Episode 8, man.
Yes, sir. We did it
Episode
again.
8, man.
We did it again.
We've came, we've saw, we've conquered.
Got it.
So, man, thank you guys so much for checking us out again. What I Think Was Seeznin is every Thursday, 7 p.m. We are here at the GMP Podcast Studios, located at 2406 East Burnside. You guys, please tap in on the tap in. Myself, Thor City Spotlight guy. Thor City Podcast guy.
Spotlight guy, too.
Any Spotlight guy. You guys go check us out. The live streams on Thor City Spotlight on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. It's much love. Appreciate y'all. This was episode 8. What I Think Was Seeznin, man. Peace.
Appreciate y'all tapping in. I'll let your
All
boy.
right.